The SNAPTiTE assembly system locks end channels to all sheets without the need for tools or fasteners. To assemble each panel, the perimeter channels are secured to the top and bottom of each sheet. Gently tap the channel over the SNAPTiTE lugs and work your way along the sheet. Each channel should be fit to the center of each sheet. Simply tap the channel along until it's aligned. We're going to join our spliced channels now. Basically, we're just joining a pair of channels together to make a longer one. There are three parts: a left channel, a right channel, and the joiner. Looking at the part numbers, you'll see that the left channel has the letter L and the right channel has the letter R at the end of the part number. There are also printed arrows pointing to the end of the channel that needs to be joined. The joiner, called a CSJ, needs to be put in the right way to match the channel. Make sure that you've got the long sides matched up. Place the CSJ centered on the end and press in as shown until you hear it click. Repeat this with the other side and then make sure that both halves are butted up against one another. Do this for the rest of the spliced channels in the pack before beginning construction. Let's get started with the rear panel. To construct the rear panel, we're going to need one 55B channel, one 81B channel, two 262 sheets, and two 263 sheets. The part numbers are printed onto the parts for easy identification. Lay out your sheets so the two 263 sheets are on the inside and the two 262 sheets are to the outside. Overlap the sheets so that they sit flush top and bottom and the pre-punched holes along the edges are aligned. Once aligned, use 9 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to fasten all the sheets together. Now that your screws are in, take the 55B channel and attach it to the top of the sheets using the SNAPTiTE method. The channel will need to have the short side facing towards the outside of the panel. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the channel and the CSJ. Repeat the process for the channel 81B, attaching it to the bottom of our sheets. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the channel and the CSJ. This completes the rear wall assembly. Let's do the left side panel assembly. We'll need one 61D channel, one 81E channel, one 260R sheet, and one 261R sheet. To start, orientate your sheets so that the pre-punched holes in the edge are aligned and overlapping. Once these holes are aligned, use 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the sheets together. Next, get the 61D channel and attach it to the top of your sheets using the SNAPTiTE method. Make sure the short side of the channel is facing the outside. Repeat the process for the bottom using the 81E channel. This will complete our left side panel. Time for the right side panel. We'll need one 61D channel, one 81E channel, one 260L sheet, one 260R sheet, To start, orientate your sheets so that the pre-punched holes in the center are aligned and overlapping. Once the holes are aligned, use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the sheets together. Next, get the 61D channel and attach it to the top of the sheets using the SNAPTiTE method. Ensure that the short side of the channel is facing the outside. Repeat this process for the bottom using the 81E channel. This completes the right side panel. Let's do the roof panel assembly. To construct the roof panel, we're going to need 2 of the 81A channels, 2 of the 88J lips, and 4 of the 43S sheets. Align your 4 sheets so that the pre-punched holes on the long edge are lined up with the other sheets. Overlap the sheets by 1 rib and make sure that all the holes are aligned. Use 12 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the 4 sheets together. We're going to attach one of our 81A channels to the top of our joined sheets using the SNAPTiTE method. Don't forget to keep the short edge of the channel facing towards the outside of the sheets. Fasten the channel in CSJ with 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws, screwing them into the pre-punched holes in the underside of the channel. Take the other 81A channel and repeat the process for the bottom of the sheets. Fasten the channel in CSJ with 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws, screwing them into the pre-punched holes in the underside of the channel. We'll attach our lips now. Get one of the 88J lips and this will go on the short edge of the sheet. Place the lip under the top of the channels and align it with the pre-punched holes. Fasten the lip to the sheet using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat the process for the remaining lip, aligning it under the channels at the other end of the sheet. Fasten using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. This will complete our roof panel assembly. Time to start the front panel assembly. To construct the front panel we'll need 155A channel, 155C channel, 179A channel, 2 of the 89A jams, 1 90A jam and 2 of the 34A sheets. Position the 2 sheets with the gap in the middle which will form the doorway. Make sure that the edge of the sheets with the narrower pan is towards the inside. Take an 89A jam and place it over the inside edge of one of the sheets. Make sure that the holes align. Repeat this for the other 89A jam. Secure the 2 jams using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Attach the 55A channel to the top of the sheets using the SNAPTiTE method. The short side of the channel will need to face towards the outside of the sheets. Ensure the hole in the end of the jam aligns with the outer hole in the channel. Repeat the process for the other sheet, ensuring that the hole in the end of the jam aligns with the outer hole in the channel. Take the 90A jam and place it into the channel. The notches in the end of the jam will need to slide over the jambs of the door frame. Once the jam is placed correctly, secure the channel at the end using 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat this process for the other end of the 90A jam, securing the channel with 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Now use 6 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to further secure the jam to the channel, and then that channel to the CSJ. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws in the underside of the channel and the CSJ. Take the 55C channel and repeat this process, attaching it to the bottom of the sheets using the SNAPTiTE method. Next, we'll take the 79A channel and place it so its long side is inside the bottom channel, as shown. Use 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure this channel. Move to the other side and use 3 more of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the channel. Now use 5 more of the 10mm self-tapping screws along the channel. Finally, put 2 more of the 10mm self-tapping screws in the underside of the channel and the CSJ. This completes our front panel assembly. Let's construct the left door panel. To make the left door panel, we'll need one 12A door plate, 2 pad bolts, 2 58C channels, one 58A channel, 2 91A jams, one 89C jam, and the door A sheet. To start, note the orientation of the sheet. The pre-punched holes for the door plate are on the right. Take the 89C jam and place it over the edge of the sheet which has the holes for the door plate. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure this jam to the sheet. Take the 58A channel and place it on the other side of the sheet. Make sure that the hinges can extend upwards towards the outside of the door. Use 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to fasten the channel to the sheet. Take the 58C channel and SNAPTiTE it onto the top of the sheet. This channel will go over the front of the existing channel and over the jam. Secure this jam with a 10mm self-tapping screw in each corner. Repeat this process for the other 58C channel, attaching it to the bottom of the sheet. Fasten with a 10mm self-tapping screw in each of the corners. Next, we'll attach the 12A door plate by placing it over the pre-punched holes midway up the door on the side of the sheet. Fix this door plate using 6 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Now, flip the sheet over. Take one of the 91A jams and place it over the diagonal row of pre-punched holes, sliding one face into the corner of the panel. Fasten one 10mm self-tapping screw through the sheet and into the jam. Use another 10mm self-tapping screw to fasten the other end of the jamb to the sheet. Now do the same for the other 91A jamb, sliding it into the corner and lining it with the pre-punched holes. Secure the jamb and the corner channels using 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Use another 10mm self-tapping screw in the other end of the jamb. We'll attach the pad bolts. For this, we'll need to use the supplied 4mm nuts and bolts. Place the pad bolt over the 4 pre-punched holes in the top of the sheet. From the underside of the sheet, push through the bolts and then finger tighten the nylock nuts. Now use pliers or a shifter to hold the nut and then use the drill to tighten up the bolts. Repeat this process for the other pad bolt at the bottom of the sheet, placing it over the holes and then using the 4 nuts and bolts. Flip the door back over and finish securing the jambs using 6 of the 10mm self-tapping screws along the diagonal holes. This completes our left door panel. Let's construct the right door panel. To make the right door panel, we'll need one 12A door plate, one pad bolt, one 58A channel, one 58B channel, two 58C channels, two 91A jambs, and the door B sheet. To start, note the orientation of the sheet. We have our holes for the door plate on the left. Take the 58B channel and place it over the edge of the sheet which has the holes for the door plate. Use 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to secure this channel to the sheet. Take the 58A channel and place it on the other side of the sheet, making sure that the hinges can extend upwards towards the outside of the door. Use 3 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to fasten this channel to the panel. Take the 58C channel and use the SNAPTiTE method to attach it to the top of the sheet. This channel will go over the top of the sheet and over the front edges of the 58A and 58B channels. Use a 10mm self-tapping screw in each of the corners. Repeat this process with the other 58C channel, but on the bottom of the sheet. Again, using a 10mm self-tapping screw in each of the corners. Next, we'll attach the door plate and pad bolt. Position the door plate on the pre-punched holes midway up the sheet. Fasten it using a 10mm self-tapping screw. Next, take the pad bolt and position as shown. Fix using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws and finish off with a final 10mm self-tapping screw. Flip the door panel over. Take one of the 91A jambs and place it over the diagonal row of pre-punched holes, sliding one face into the corner of the panel. Fasten one 10mm self-tapping screw through the sheet and into the jamb. Use 2 10mm self-tapping screws to secure the top corner channels. Use another 10mm self-tapping screw to fasten the other end of the jamb to the sheet. Now do the same for the other 91A jamb, sliding it into the corner and lining it with the pre-punched holes. Secure the end of the jamb and two bottom corner channels using three 10mm self-tapping screws. Use another 10mm self-tapping screw in the other end of the jamb. Flip the door back over and finish securing the braces with 6 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. This completes our right door panel assembly. Let's attach the doors. Lay out the front panel so you have access to the door hinge holes. Place the right door panel over the front panel so the hinge is aligned with these holes. Use the 3mm drill bit to clear out the hinge holes at the top. Fasten the door using 3 of the pop rivets. Repeat this process for the bottom hinge, clearing out the holes, then fastening with 3 more pop rivets. Place the left door panel over the front panel so the hinge is aligned with the holes. Use the 3mm drill bit to clear out the hinge holes at the top. Fasten the door using 3 of the pop rivets. Repeat this process for the bottom hinge, clearing out the holes, then fastening with 3 more pop rivets. Our doors are now attached. Let's begin the final assembly. Stand up the rear panel. It's much easier if you get a friend to hold it for you. We'll be attaching the right side panel first. Slide the right side panel so the top and bottom channels fit inside the notches of the rear panel. Make sure that the holes in both sheets align on the corner. Use 5 of the 10mm self-tapping screws to fasten the rear and right side panels together. Next, we'll do the same for the left side panel. Make sure that the holes in both sheets line up along the corner. Again, fasten using 5 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Next, we'll attach the front panel. You can see here we've used the doors to hold the frame up, but you can also get a friend to hold it for you. Align the front panel with the left panel as we did with the rear, making sure that the holes on the outside line up. Secure the two panels together using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat this process for the right side panel, aligning the sheets together. Again, fastening with 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. The last panel to go on will be the roof. Make sure all your wall panels are secured properly and square. Place the roof panel on the top of the shed, ensuring that the lips are on the outside. Starting on the left side, fasten the lips to the shed using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Repeat this for the right side, fastening with 4 more of the self-tapping screws. With the lip secured, we'll fasten the corners of the roof using 4 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Use 12 more of the self-tapping screws in the remaining holes to finish securing the roof to the shed. The last steps are to attach the pad bolt hasps. Place the pad bolt hasp over the pad bolt shaft. Drill out one hole with a 3mm drill bit, then fasten with one 10mm self-tapping screw. Finish off by drilling out and then securing with one more of the 10mm self-tapping screws. The last hasp to go on will be on the left door. Repeat the same process we did for the interior pad bolt. Drill out the holes and secure with 2 of the 10mm self-tapping screws. Firstly, position the shed onto the slab, making sure the walls are squared up and it's centered. Take your angle brackets and lay them out in the positions as shown, spacing them equally along each wall. Using these brackets as a template, go around and carefully mark where the holes are on the slab and on the wall. Drill 3mm pilot holes in the wall centered on these marks. Now switch out to the 10mm drill bit and drill through these pilot holes. Next, take your hammer drill and insert the 10mm masonry drill bit. Drill down through the marks we made earlier. Be sure to go down deep enough for the height of the dynabolt. From the outside of the shed, take the 10mm bolt and poke it inside. You may need a friend to hold it there. Align the angle bracket with the bolt and then tighten the nut by hand. Tighten it further using the shifting spanner. Put the dynabolt through the bracket and into the hole in the slab. Tighten this nut on the dynabolt with the shifting spanner. Now that this has been done at all positions, the structure is anchored. Now the shed is complete, any leftover holes can be finished off with a screw.